Okay, good evening. So today we are going to talk about refugee. Okay, so the first point is, why did refugee flee from their country? Okay, first point is war. Okay, when a civil war or armed conflict with neighboring countries occurs, these people lost their home and their belongings due to the war, that causes them to become sometimes homeless and lost all their belongings. This will ultimately make them flee from their country, sometimes not bringing anything with them. Okay, so the second point on why did they flee from their country is because of persecution. So persecution actually means that when a country violates the human right of a certain citizen. For example, they torture and cause sexual violence towards the citizen, and also sometimes they did some arbitrary arrest and forced imprisonment. This is because those citizens or refugees basically have different political opinion, different religion, race, and sometimes membership in particular social group. Okay, so we move on to the next point, which is the impact or the effect of the refugee. Okay, first is I'm gonna talk about social impact. Okay, so one of the social impact is when we have different cultural and linguistic refugee flee to other country that have different cultural and linguistic. This will cause serious language barrier and can definitely causes many misunderstanding, and also this will cause worry among the citizen in that country, because they are afraid that it will cause ethnic unbalance in their country. Okay, so the second point in social impact is security problems, because when immigrants come into their country or refugees come into the countries, there will be many cases of social problems, such as maybe thief, murder, and many more, because these refugees from other country are sometimes kind of desperate to live, so they might resort to doing this kind of behavior. And also they will also resort to many illegal activities, such as prostitution or even alcoholism. Okay, so move on to the next point, which is the economic impact. Okay, so when the refugee come into the country, their presence will lead to more substantial demands for natural resources, such as food, water, education, and even the employment for the refugees. And this will ultimately cause inflationary pressure on prices and depressed wages. Okay, so the last point is about how to help this refugee in living their life. Okay, so first is we can do a resettlement. Okay, so UNHCR can cooperate with countries that are involved in handling refugees to relocate the refugees to a third state and helping them to integrate with local communities. So the country will work with the local people and authorities and NGOs to help integrate these people with the society that they are living in, and giving them a new hope, a new life. Okay, so the next point for the how can we help the refugees is non-refoulement. Okay, so non-refoulement is basically a principle that prevent a nation from sending an individual to a country where their life are threatened. So that means that some countries should recognize this principle to help save the refugees. Okay, so my last point for the how could we save the refugee is provide education for them. Okay, so NGOs and government can provide, education, basic education for these children by building schools and even giving them opportunity to further their studies, because these people, these refugees, might even be in refugee camp for many years, and they would drop out from education, so they will be missing a lot. So it's important for us to give them education so they can improve their life. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.